Welcome in here to Boys Division 4C, the semifinals between Families of Faith out of Illinois and Billings Christian out of Montana. Got the pleasure of seeing Billings last year a number of times in this tournament. They are defending champions of this same division, I think, 4C.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Opening tip played to Fafka here in those white uniforms as Nolan Green on the near side. Back to Aaron Bessler, who will push it across to Cameron Johnson, and now back to Alex Avila, and then finally cycle back around to Corey Bland. Corey, good pass baseline to Alex. Tried to force that up, but it wouldn't go. Coming away with it is Aaron Bessler. That wouldn't go. And finally tracked out, and bringing it up is Billings. Ada Gultekin will put it back out front to Khan, a call, and now back around to Gultekin again. In the post to Drew Aradnik. 3-ball in the corner is good. That's a triple for Braden Ossie.
Now they're picking up right where they left off.
3-0 lead here for Billings. Just underway. Underneath, getting free and laying it in
Beautiful
is
job.
Nolan Green off a nice pass. 3-2 the lead for Billings here. Just underway, quarter number one. Our third game of the day here from the NCSAA National Tournament. Mount Vernon Nazarene University. 3-ball rattles in, another triple. This one from Ada Gultekin will give Billings a 6-2 lead. Nolan Green up into the front court. Off to Corey Bland. That deflected out of bounds, and Fafka will get it back. Green down the lane to Aaron Bessler. We got a whistle and a foul on the inside. And will be on Khan a call. That's his first, team first on Billings.
Well, the strength of Billings seems to be inside with their big guys, but they also have the outside shooting. I believe I'd attack those big guys right off the bat.
So free throw here from Bessler is good. We'll have another one coming, a 6-3 lead for Billings. All of the Billings points coming on 2 3-pointers. There are only 2 attempts so far. Free throw from Bessler is good again. Make it 6-4. Gultekin brings it up for Billings. Trying to swing it back up top. All on the baseline. That pass stolen away. Out on the run comes Nolan Green into the front court. Little crossover down the lane. Missed the layup. And now a 3-on-1 break. Back up with it comes Billings ahead. And the layup good by Drew Aradnik. Now back the other way. Aaron Bessler, nope, but he'll head back to the free throw line. And that's another foul on Khan, a call. That will be Khan's second foul. And team second. And Bessler back to the free throw line here. An 8-4 lead for Billings. 5:40 to go opening quarter. Bessler's first free throw is good. Well, and for Fafka, a couple of things. One, they have to stay out of foul trouble. And two, they got to get back on defense. Can't get caught sleeping. Free throw good for Bessler again. And an 8-6 lead for Billings. Gultekin goes in the post. Good pass underneath. That shot blocked down low. Out of the hands of Smirnov by Corey Bland. And now Fafka into the front court again. Johnson back to Nolan Green, who will lay it up and in.
One thing about Fafka, they are very quick. It's going to test Billings to see if they can keep up with them.
8-8 game. Go back up top, deep three. That banks off, no good. Bessler trying to track down the board and will. And now Fafka will bring it up again. Green out front will back it out. Off to Bland. Gets a screen. Now backs out for three and hits that. Corey Bland on a little step back.
Nice shot.
So
Set there nice and easy, didn't he?
11-8, the lead for Fafka here. Try to dump it down low. We got a whistle and a foul on the inside. And that will be on Alex Avila.
That's the key matchup right there.
First on Alex and team first. Free throw good here for Philip Smirnov.
Don't want Alex out of it. You need his size if you're Fafka.
Yeah, Alex has to stay out of foul trouble or it could be a long day. Second free throw off the mark. And Fafka to bring it up here. All the way down the lane. Bessler gets in, had that blocked. And back up with it comes Billings. Underneath, that goes off the glass and in.
Boy, they are so good at placing their shots. They don't waste anything.
Smirnoff with the bucket. We're tied at 11. Off it comes to Bland on the wing. Double teamed out front. And Nolan couldn't handle the pass. Corey gets the steal ahead to Alex Avila, who will lay it up and in.
Good job by Fafka keeping their head in the game. They lost the pass, but they put the pressure on and got the ball right back again.
13-11 is the lead for Fafka. A little turnaround jumper in the paint won't go for Drew Aradnik. And here comes Fafka back the other way. Johnson for three on the wing. That's good. Cameron Johnson with a triple. Second three of the game for Fafka. And they'll now lead at 16-11. Still a little ways to go in the first quarter. Boy, compared to all the other two games we saw today, there's been a lot of action in the first 5-6 minutes here. So Nolan Green comes away with the ball. Bringing it up into the front court here. Avila works baseline, and it goes off the foot of Philip Smirnov. And we've got a timeout to Billings Christian. 3:02 to go in the first. Fafka leads at 16-11. Back with more in just a minute. You're watching the NCSAA. Inbounds pass comes into Bland, and Bessler tried to go with it. He's fouled again. This time by Drew Aradnik. That's his first and team third on Billings. And back to the free throw line goes Aaron Bessler.
Bessler has been a key ingredient there. He takes that ball right in there on him. Keeps drawing those fouls.
First free throw is good. Aaron now 5 of 5 from the free throw line. And the second one's good. 18-11, the lead for Fafka. Just under 3 minutes to go opening quarter. Man, it seems like they've been playing for a whole half already.
Yeah.
The last couple of games had almost no scoring. This is exactly the opposite. Down the lane, we got a whistle and a reach in. Foul was on Corey Bland. That's his first. And team first on Fafka. First one is off the mark for Drew Aradnik. Second one also off the mark, and Nolan Green tracks it down. Green now will bring it up into the front court. Billings staying man-to-man defense here. Green down the lane and scores it. My goodness. Certainly looked like there could have been a foul there too, but Green finished it nonetheless. And it's 20-11. Billings looking inside. One in the post. And that's knocked away and tracked down by Cameron Johnson.
That defense in there is eating them up right now. Good job by Pammers of Faith there.
Green into the front court, off to Johnson, back to Green, down the lane, missed that layup. Rebound to Bessler, back to Green on the inside, and just too tall down low to go through, and a jump ball will give it back to Fafka here. Nope, it will go back to Billings. It was actually a really good job by Philip Smirnov underneath of just standing there, putting his arms up and not doing anything.
He knows exactly how to play that inside, doesn't he?
Gotekin out front. Up top to Gregory. And they go back on the wing. Hossie with it there. They try to swing it back across. Down to 1:25 to go in the first quarter. Hossie inside, and Drew Oradnik will score with a little turnaround jump shot. It's a nice shot.
He is fantastic inside there like that.
2013, and we've got a timeout to Families of Faith, a full timeout. 1:11 to go in the first. 2013 is the lead for Fafka. Back in just a moment. You're watching the NCSAA. And off the inbounds pass, it's picked off, and
well, that was not
good. Really what you're looking for if you're Fafka out of a timeout. But the Eagles will get it back here, and then they throw it away again.
Man, that really isn't contested. That's just bad passes.
Well, a freebie here for Billings if they can take it. Gotekin dumped it down low, now back on the wing. Try to swing it around. There's a good look at a three. And we got a rebound underneath and a good box out by Cameron Johnson, which results in the second foul on Drew Oradnik. Team fourth on Billings. That's the key. It's positioning. It's not always height or size.
Yeah, you're right.
So Bland trying to work up against pressure from Elijah Gregory. Spins away, gets a step along the baseline, forced that shot up, no. Good pass across. Bessler, or make that, Avila couldn't finish. Now gets it back, goes up again, no. And rebound finally ripped away. And Billings coming out on the run with it. Along the baseline, we have a whistle and a foul, and that'll be on Nolan Green. So Green will pick up his first foul. Team third on Fafka. Braden Ossie to the free throw line. So Braden hits the first of another one coming. 20-14. 20 seconds to go in the half. And he hits a pair. 20-15 is now Green will walk it up. And off it comes to Bessler. Gives it up in the corner. Bland for three. That won't go. And the rebound underneath. And they'll leave a wide open layup. But the good thing for families of faith, at least, is the quarter ran out before Billings get the ball up the floor. It's hard to tell because there's only one little scoreboard, and you can sometimes get lost. At the end of the quarter, 20-15 is the lead for Fafka. We'll take a break. Come back with your second quarter in just a moment. You're watching the NCSAA. So Fafka gets the ball first here to start the second quarter, and a 30-second timeout to Fafka here. I'm not really sure what happened on that inbounds pass, but lately it's been interesting for the Screaming Eagles trying to get the ball in play. And for Billings, you know, it's kind of the same game plan you came in here with. You have more size, so play straight up, try to stay out of foul trouble, and just take advantage of post position when you can.
Yeah, because they have real nice outside shooting. They can make it up for a little bit at a time.
And, I mean, it's a long game, and Billings has a lot of size. I mean, Kana Call started this game. He's not even in anymore, and they still have a lot of size.
Yeah, it's amazing for small schools.
Bessler ahead to Avila as they break the full court press, and Alex Avila just lays it in.
Nice job.
22-15.
Okay.
Tekin back out front, gets it on the wing.
Fafka staying in that 2-3 zone.
In the post it goes. Little hook shot's no good. Rebound comes back down to Smirnov. Down the lane. That should have been a foul, actually, on Aaron Bessler, probably. Foul or travel. Had to be one or the other. Back to the way it comes. Across to Green. Nolan down the lane. Kicks it off to Avila, who tried to finish and had to go over the top of a defender that's about 6 inches taller than him, and that didn't work out so well. Back the other way. An easy layup because the Eagles didn't get back on defense. Elijah Gregory with the bucket. 22-17. Johnson back out to Bland, looking for a screen here from Bessler. Swings it into the corner for Avila. Back to Bessler. Now Johnson in the post for Bland, trying to work there. And that's just not a good pass.
No, it wasn't.
And back out of the way that comes Billings. Out top. Comes to Smirnov. 3 ball in the corner. That won't go, and the rebound to Bland. The way it comes. Bessler leaves it underneath. That missed by Avila. And back the other way comes Billings.
Boy, and Smirnov is making a big difference in there right now.
And a whistle and a jump ball should be Billings basketball here. Six minutes to go in the half. As Fafka leads at 22-17. In the post, good pass underneath, and Drew Radnick finishes.
They play so intelligently. They can make such nice passes inside now.
22-19. Coming up on 5:30 to go in the half. As Bland trying to work.
Don't get fancy.
And then just threw the ball away.
Yeah, tried something totally unnecessary.
Back the other way, three ball wouldn't go. Avila came away with it. And that ball kicked out of bounds. Yeah, there's no need for all the fancy stuff.
No.
Just make a good pass.
Bo Bentz is back in there.
So Bo Bentz and is that Michael Ferralio who checks in for Billings?
Another small guy.
Hustler out front. And now he throws it away. Boy, there's just a truckload of careless turnovers.
What are they doing?
I mean, that's a good 5 or 6 unforced turnovers in the second quarter alone. This picked off. Bessler pushing it up. 2-on-1 break. Aaron down the lane, and a whistle and a blocking foul, and Bessler will head back to the free throw line. So Elijah Gregory picks up his first foul. And team 5th. First one rattles in and out. Aaron 6 of 7 from the free throw line so far today. And rattles that one in. 23-19. Down on the post it comes. Now they'll kick it back on the wing. Ferralio leaves it inside to Drew Radnick, and he'll score.
Boy, nobody's going to stop that.
Yeah, he gets the ball there, you're in trouble.
Yeah. He's tall, but he's so agile, and he can leap so high.
23-21. And another turnover.
What in the world?
That one was a forced turnover, however. And Billings will push it up again. Out front, three ball. That won't go. Rebound underneath. Put back up, no. Put back up again, no. And finally, Avila comes away with it. This is so much size to have to contend with. That's one thing Fafka does not have, is size. And another almost turnover. And there is one. Cameron Johnson literally threw it straight to the other team. And now Bessler comes away with it and tries to push it up the floor. Baseline three ball for Bland. That's good. So despite all of that, Fafka gets a bucket from Corey Bland. And it's 26-21. Radnick in the post. Yeah, he got fouled by about 3 guys. So Corey Bland will pick up his second foul. And team 4th. 3:26 to go in the half. And 26-21. Speaking of unforced turnovers, there's one right there. Bland in the front court. 3-on-1 break. Goes down the lane. Now picked up by Bessler. He throws it away. And back up with it comes Billings. That pass picked off by Johnson. Boy, this game has gotten
both teams
sloppy
need to slow
quickly.
Slow down and play basketball.
Nolan Green down the lane. He throws up a wild runner. That wouldn't go. Green again on the baseline. That wouldn't go. And forcing shots is not resulting in buckets. Back the other way, Radnick throws it off the side of the backboard, and he'll go to the free throw line. So that foul on Aaron Bessler, his first and team fifth. So Drew Aradnik back to the free throw line. He'll miss the first. Drew 0 for 3 from there so far today. And the second one no good, and the rebound by Alex Avila. Good box out that time from Alex. Bessler into the
nice
front
job
court.
today.
2:40 left to go here in the half. Bessler hands it off to Cameron Johnson, who will back it out. Bland with it, back to Johnson. Tried to dump it off to Avila, and another turnover. Thing is, I would say about 75% of these are unforced. There's a steal from Aaron Bessler.
Nice job of Bessler. He just got his hands in and grabbed that ball right out of his pocket.
I think you hit it right, though. It's being in too big of a hurry.
Yeah.
Just slow down, and both sides, really. There's no need for either team to be in a hurry. Underneath, Alex Avila will head to the free throw line. As that foul on Michael Ferrellio, that's his first. And team sixth.
Yeah, families of faith don't need to get in the glory days of playing the big team. They just need to play their own game.
And that rattles in and out for Avila.
And I somehow think that Billings is in a different, strange game for them.
Yeah, I don't think they play as physical and close guarding team as Fafka is.
Right.
So 1 on a 2 makes it 27-21. You know, Fafka's not big at all, but the tallest guy that will play regular minutes is 6'1". And there's a three that rattles in out front. That's a big shot from Braden Ossie, his second three of the game. Now down the lane, Nolan Green all the way to the hoop and lays it in.
That was a nice under control drive to the bucket that time.
29-24. This knocked away. Bland needs to be careful, though, because he already has 2 fouls. Can ill afford to get him his third in the first half, especially with only a minute and a half to go in the half. Bessler, I was going to say he was lucky he didn't get called for a foul the first time around, and then kept at it until they called one on him. His second. I think almost if I'm Fafka, I'd get 1 or 2 guys on the bench in to save third fouls here.
I believe you're right.
In the post it goes. Boy, that's a nice move. It's creating a little bit of space, little baby hook from Philip Smirnoff, and he finished making it 29-26.
That's a beautiful shot, beautiful play.
Down to 1 minute to go in the half, and for families of faith, there's another turnover. Down the lane, that runner is good.
Boy, they have made so many unforced errors.
I mean, it's almost a shocking number of unforced errors. 29-28. As Screen backs it out, off to Bessler. Now to Bland on the wing.
One thing they do, Billings does with their defense, they go way out so they don't allow you any three-point shots.
Baseline 3 ball from Bland is way off the mark. And Billings come down with it. And despite trailing the entire first half, Billings could very well have the lead going into halftime.
Yep.
29-28 is the lead for Fafka. 13 seconds to go in the half.
And this is what I don't agree with.
Well, they're down to 5 seconds, so they're really late at running anything here. 3 ball from deep on the wing. That will not go, and that will end it for the half.
And you had your big guy underneath there to rebound. If they'd gone ahead and taken on in there and shot early, they'd have had a chance for a follow-up.
So at the end of the first half, Fafka leads at 29-28 over Billings. Your first half scoring totals for Billings: Alta Gultekin with 1 3-point field goal, 8 points for Drew Aradnik. He's 0 for 3 from the free throw line. 10 points for Braden Elsey, including 2 3-point field goals and 2 of 2 from the line. Elijah Gregory with 2 points, 5 for Philip Smirnoff, including 1 of 2 from the line. Billings, 3 of 5 from 3-point range. For Families of Faith, Corey Bland, 6 points on 2 3-point field goals, 1 3-pointer for Cameron Johnson. 7 points for Aaron Bessler. He's 7 of 8 from the free throw line. Alex Avila with 5. He's 1 of 2 from the stripe. Nolan Green has 8 first half points. Fafka 3 of 3 from 3-point range. And I'll pass up to you for our rebounding totals.
All right, rebounding, first of all, for Billings, we had Ada Gufkin with 1. Braden Ase had 1. Kane Akai had 1. Elijah Gregory 2. And Philip Smirnov had 6 for a total of 12. 12 rebounds for Billings. For Families of Faith, Corey Blind had 2. Aaron Bessler 5. Alex Avila, good half. He had 6 rebounds. Nolan Green had 2 rebounds for 15. So Families of Faith, a little bit of an edge on the rebounding, 15-12.
And at the half, 29-28 is the lead for Fafka. We'll take a break, come back with your second half in just a little bit. You're watching the NCSAA. So 29-28, the lead for Fafka as we start half number 2. Johnson in 3 from the corner, no. And that carries out of bounds, and it will be Billings basketball.
That would have been nice to hit that one to start the second half.
Yeah, it would have been a good start for the Screaming Eagles.
All right, here comes Billings.
And speaking of size disadvantages, Cameron Johnson at 5'8" is guarding Drew Aradnik, who's got to be a good 6-7 inches taller than him at least. And we've got a whistle and a foul on the floor, and Cameron trying to body up a little bit, and he'll pick up his first foul and team first. I mean, he's at least 6 inches taller than him, maybe more.
Yeah, it's no question the Screaming Eagles are a lot shorter.
So Billings being patient here, trying to get something open on the inside, but I'm expecting somebody to bomb away from three-point range here pretty soon.
There.
That banks off no good, and the rebound comes down to Billings, but taken away by Cameron Johnson. Ahead to Bland, and then the lay-in by Aaron Bessler. I tend to agree with the Billings coach there that Aaron might have traveled with that, but back the other way. That layup wouldn't go, and the rebound loose in the middle of the floor. And we got a jump ball, and we'll stay with Billings.
All right.
So Billings will set to inbound here. And it comes, that's deflected. And Nolan Green had his hand on it, but eventually it will carry out of bounds. There's no doubt that the Screaming Eagles are more aggressive of the two teams.
Oh, yes. Yes.
But they kind of, when you're much shorter, you have to be that way or else it's not going to work. On the baseline, that jumper is good. Nice, pretty shot from Elijah Gregory.
That's where they've got a real advantage. They've got some outside shooting that's excellent.
31-30. Green into the front court. Got a step to try to shoot a shot along the baseline. That was a fadeaway, and that didn't seem to be a great idea. Pass underneath, and we got a whistle and a travel down low on Elijah Gregory as Bessler got back on defense.
Nice job of Bessler. He got back and disturbed him and kept his hands to himself. A lot of people in here.
So Atlanta walk it out. I'm telling you, for Billings being, I don't know how far away,
Montana.
There are a lot of people here from Montana. I mean a lot. And a whistle and a foul, which will send Corey Bland to the free throw line. Foul will be on Eta Gutekin. That's his first, team first on Billings.
One thing about Billings, for the most part, they don't worry about fouls. They got plenty of depth. They got a couple of big guys, though, they don't want in trouble. But the rest of them, they can shuffle people in.
And Corey Bland makes a couple of free throws here. Now 33-30 the lead for Fafka. 5:55 to go in the third. And off on the wing. 3-ball there is no good. Bessler did not box out that time, though, and it led to a little bit of a problem. But coming down with it is Nolan Green, and Fafka will bring it up. The screen up front by Bessler. Green down the lane. Fires that up no good and just kind of out of control, more or less. Up the far side comes Billings on the run. Gutekin kicks it off along the baseline. Drew Aradnik will finish with the floater. Boy, that
guy is good.
That is really, really difficult to stop.
That guy is good, man.
33-32 is the lead for Fafka. 5:10 to go in the third. Full timeout. Back with more in just a moment. You're watching the NCSAA. Fafka plays it in. Coming up on 5 minutes to go in this third quarter. Avila down the lane, missed the layup. And we got a whistle and a foul underneath. And that will be on Philip Smirnov. That's his first, team second on Billings. Of course, there's so much size on Billings that if one guy gets in foul trouble, you just bring in another one.
That's the advantage they have there.
Baseline, Bland for three. That's good. Triple for Corey Bland, his third three of the day. 36-32. Back out front. That loose in the lane, and now short little jumper won't go for Elijah Gregory. And so only Green ahead to Bland along the baseline. The step, little fadeaway jumper from the baseline's no good. And the rebound underneath, kick back out, and Billings will push it up the floor. This is Gultekin to Drew Aradnik, and he'll head to the free throw line. And that will be on Cameron Johnson. The second on him, and team second on Fafka. Of course, Billings coming into this game undefeated on the year. I mean, it says 19-0 on this. I think they're really more like 24-0 or something at this point. Free throw off the mark by Aradnik. Of course, they're the defending champions from last year. Fafka at what I believe is 25-8 now on the year. Second one off the mark, and then a board underneath and a whistle and another foul. And that will be on Aaron Bessler. That's his third. Well, just like that, Aradnik misses free throw. That's the one thing Drew has struggled with. He's 0 for 5 from the free throw line, but free throw here is off the mark by Philip Smirnov. And he'll have one more coming.
Smirnov has been the rebounder, and Aradnik the scorer.
36-33. Corey Bland to bring it up as we approach 4 minutes to go in this third quarter.
Oh, come on.
Out front, backs it out. Off to Bessler. Good pass to Avila, and he'll finish off the glass.
That was a nice, strong move by Avila on the baseline.
38-33. Down to 3:45 to go. Down the lane. Good pass. Really nice look, and Drew Aradnik finishes.
Well, that was close to being a wall. They didn't call it.
38-35. Cameron Johnson in the front court. Hands it off to Green. 3:25 to go. Green all the way down the lane. That wouldn't go. Rebound to Avila, who puts it back up and in. 40-35. 3:15 to go in the third. Back on the wing. Aussie tried to go down low. Now back on the wing, a three. That looked good, and it is. I was going to say, when that left his hand, that looked like that might be a problem.
He was nailing them on practice at halftime.
By the way, he is a freshman, which is a little scary, being that he's knocked down 3 threes in this game already.
Yeah, I think he's the best shooter they have.
Bland out front. Goes off to Johnson. 2-point lead for Fafka here, 2:40 to go. We got a whistle and a foul. So that will be on Elijah Gregory, his second, team third, as Fafka will put it in from the baseline.
Yeah, Bessler's having a real battle and fighting there inside, boy. He's fighting for his life.
And it comes to Johnson. Up top to Green. Out to Bland, wide open in the corner for three, and that's good.
Wow.
4th three of the game. I do believe that was Chappell they ran right there. 3-ball in the corner, that won't go. Rebound to Bessler, trying to push it up the floor, and I was going to say a turnover is a-coming, but Fafka got bailed out a little bit on the reach-in foul. That will be on Drew Aradnik. That's his third foul.
Ooh, that's
team
getting
fourth.
Good. Wow.
Drew's probably okay, though. He's one of those guys that I don't think is going to foul out of anything.
I think he's a very intelligent player.
I can't see him, especially once he gets 4, really pressing the issue too much. In fact, he probably won't now until they get to the fourth quarter. Johnson open for 3 on the right wing. That wouldn't go. And the rebound cleared out underneath. And Billings bringing it up, trailing by 5 with 1:53 to go in the third.
That's a Redneck's first rebound.
There's a 3 ball out front, and that's good. Drew Radnick with a triple. That's his first 3 of the game.
First rebound and first 3 of the game, both simultaneously.
43-41. Bland up into the front court here. Gets a screen down the lane, and he'll lay it up and in. Boy, that seemed to be way too easy. I don't know what happened there, but
lay off the foul or something.
Maybe.
I don't know.
45-41, 1:15 to go in the third. Just swinging around up top. Bentz over on the wing. Deep 3, that's no good, and the rebound to Nolan Green.
Nolan Green, rebound number 5 for Nolan.
Under a minute to go in the third. Green almost lost it out front. Now we'll give it up to Bland. Good pass underneath. Outside, and we got a whistle and a travel. And it kind of looked that way.
Yeah, it looked cumbersome.
But it was not. Yeah, I think you're right. I don't think it was a travel, but
no.
The way that whole thing played out, I can understand it.
Yeah, it's one of those things you can't complain about. But
no, because it looked weird for one thing. Underneath, that won't go, and Nolan Green comes away with it. Green trying to push it up the far side. Down to 25 seconds to go in the quarter. Bland for 3, that won't go. And now pushing it up the floor is Ossie. Tries to go down low and knocked out of bounds by Aaron Bessler with 14 seconds to go in the quarter.
Nice hustle by Bessler. Ossie bringing the ball, rebound all the way down the court. Probably would have served him better if he'd have pulled out and set up the ball, but they got the ball back anyway.
Radnick for 3, that won't go. Rebound to Bland, down to 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Corey down the lane, goes inside, and he will head to the free throw line. Good take from Corey Bland.
That's something he's been doing, is drawing a few fouls inside.
So that will be on Bo Bentz, his first. Now the one thing both teams have done fairly well was spread out the fouls. I mean, Drew Radnick's got 3, and Aaron Bessler's got 3, but that's it.
And this has been really a lot of action in the game, so it's amazing.
So Bland misses the first. Yeah, this has been just a good basketball game, period. And Bland misses a pair. And that doesn't help the cause for Fafka. Half-court shot is off the mark, and that will do it for the third. 45-41 is the lead for Fafka as we head to quarter number 4. You're watching the 4C semifinals from the NCSAA. 3 ball on the wing to start the fourth quarter. Wouldn't go. And now picked up by Bessler, but they're going to say that he was out of bounds and then came back in. So it will be Billings basketball, but that was a good look to start the quarter.
All right, here we go.
Down the lane, that floater rims out no good, and the rebound underneath, and there's the third foul on Kana Call, who just came back in. And he literally, wasn't he out? He came in the start of the game, right?
Yeah, he came in just now.
That's the 6th team foul on Billings, so Fafka will be in bonus from here on out. 7:35 to go in the game, 45-41. Bland out front, working left side, gives it off to Johnson. Cameron, normally a pretty good three-point shooter, but has struggled in this one so far. As Bland will back it out.
For the most part, the Billings defense comes way out and doesn't give you those three-point shots.
Pass underneath. Avila goes up. No, we got a whistle and another foul. And I think that's on Kana Call again. Nope. It's actually on
32.
Philip Smirnov, who's his second. Team 7th. Alex Avila to the free throw line now. And he rims in the first.
I have a feeling his free throw shooting isn't the greatest.
His outside shot, is not the strong part of his game.
Nice
and he makes
job.
a pair.
Really nice.
47-41, down to 7:05 to go in the game.
Here comes Billings.
Off on the wing, Gultekin. Near side to Aussie.
Very patient. Oh, there it is.
In the post, tip back out. 15-footer is good. That's a nice shot from Elijah Gregory.
Just really nice. Very patient, got a good shot, about 12 feet out or so, and nailed it.
47-43. Bland pushing it up the right side. And threw it away.
There's another one.
This tipped ahead, and that went off of Billings and out of bounds. So Fafka will get it back. Just from a basketball standpoint, just watching a game, this has been pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
That's one of the better games we've seen this tournament.
Very entertaining.
Bland ahead to Bessler, kicks it out. Johnson an open three. He'll miss again. Boy, he has been nowhere near anything in this game, which is pretty rare for Cameron. He's a pretty decent three-point shooter. Just cannot seem to hit a thing in this one. Jumper out front won't go. Rebound to Alex Avila, and he's fouled underneath.
He's going to get over the back by number 32, I believe.
And that foul is on Philip Smirnov. He now has 3. So, again, a lot of fouls being committed here, but no one really in serious foul trouble. Drew Radnick's got 3. Kana Call has 3. Philip Smirnov has 3, and Aaron Bessler has 3. So it's been spread around enough. And here comes Drew Radnick back in. He actually got himself a pretty good rest.
Yeah, and he's the center of their attack.
He'll come back in for Kana Call. Yeah, if you can get away with getting him a 2 or 3 minute break, that's a huge advantage.
Yeah, and they can do that. You put in a call out for him, and you don't lose a lot of defense.
So Avila makes the first free throw.
Hey, that's 3. Oh, better be quiet. 4 in a row. Wow.
Actually, Alex is 5 of 6 from the free throw line. 49-43. Billings brings it up. Out front, Gultekin with it. Open 3. That's not good if Ossie's shooting it, and he'll hit that again.
You cannot let that guy shoot.
Got now 4 3-point field goals.
He is just dead eye.
49-46. Fafka with the lead. 5:35 to go in the game. Bland spins away. Now we'll back it out.
Billings coming way out in that defense. They're putting the pressure on.
And we got a timeout to Families of Faith. A full timeout. 5:25 remaining. We'll take a break. Back with more of the fourth quarter in just a moment. You're watching the NCSAA. So Bland misses a three off the out-of-bounds pass. And that was two out-of-bounds plays in a row where Fafka had wide open looks and couldn't hit either one. But Billings with a turnover of their own. And Bland will bring it up into the front court.
Uh-oh, they're going to call him for a foul.
That is not a foul.
That was pretty cheap call.
So Aaron Bessler picks up his fourth foul, but it is what it is.
You got to live with it.
Whenever you're setting that many screens, stuff's going to happen.
Yep.
I mean, he went by and got tripped up, but it wasn't a foul. They just got tangled up together. Three ball out front. That won't go. Rebound underneath. And Nolan Green will walk it up.
Nolan had a good game. He's got 7 rebounds now. Billings put the pressure on.
And another careless turnover.
Man.
So
Good
Fafka
defense.
back to that again.
Yeah, good defense by Billings. They're putting the pressure on.
Three ball on the wing. That won't go. And Bessler comes down with the board. And some of them are, decent defensive pressure, but
yes,
a lot of them are just not taking care of the basketball. There's another one. I mean, that's defensive pressure. It's also just not taking care of the ball.
And then he
Nolan Green picks up the
control
foul.
and got a foul.
That's his second. And team fifth. 4:17 left. Fafka leads by 3. Ossie got free out front. That's deflected out of bounds. And he comes out front. See what Billings has planned here. A Radnick on that wing. Works there, and we got a whistle. And Aaron Bessler just fouled out of the game. I think. Or is that his fourth? Well, I must have missed one somewhere in there. Nope, that is his fifth.
Yeah, that's a big hurt there.
So Bessler fouls out. That one was for sure a foul, but the one before that was, I don't know what that call was.
It was unfortunate, but yeah.
So Billings will play it in from the sideline here. Out front, Ossie. I thought he was going to pull the trigger again. A Radnick for 3. That won't go. A rebound underneath. Got a whistle and a foul on Nolan Green.
Wow.
So that'll be his third. And team 6th. Actually, I guess they're going to say it's Team 7th.
Evidently Team 7 because they're putting him on the line.
I must have missed a team foul in there somewhere. This goes in and out. And the rebound will be Fafka's basketball, although I don't know about that either. I think that should be Billings basketball.
Yeah, I do too. I think Billings should have got that.
It's so hard. I mean, when there are only 2 refs out there, for one thing, it's difficult. And then when you're out, kind of get shaded by somebody, sometimes you just got to guess. I mean, there's really, you really do.
Really, for the most part, the refereeing has been very good.
And another turnover.
There it is.
Up the floor. And the pass back across and the layup by Drew Aradnik. Well, Fafka's definitely been their own worst enemy.
They have.
There's no doubt about that. Bland up into the front court. Corey trying to get free, and now
Fafka has allowed themselves to be pushed toward middle court.
And another turnover. And a whistle and a foul underneath.
The wheels have come off.
It certainly appears that way.
Well, what they need to change their offense down here instead of just dribbling around the outside and let themselves be pressured. They need to advance the ball toward the bucket and around and draw the people in.
So back to the free throw line goes Billings. First one off the mark, and despite all of this, Fafka still has a 1-point lead.
That's amazing.
There have been at times in this game, I mean, like 4 or 5 minute stretches where it's just been a mess. But they've managed to kind of reel it back in. So a couple of missed free throws as Bland will bring it up, and we got a timeout. See what. We'll take a break. We'll come back here in just a moment. You're watching the NCSAA. So Fafka plays it in and immediately turns it over. So back the other way comes Aradnik. Good pass underneath. And the layup for Philip Smirnov. I mean, it's just been one turnover after another. And speaking of which, there's another turnover. Who actually got credit for that? I'm not even sure. Maybe it was. In any case, it's now a 3-point advantage for Billings. 2:13 to go. 52-49. Underneath, Avila off to Johnson for 3, and that's good. So Cameron Johnson answers with a triple. 52-52 tie, under 2 minutes to go. In the middle, Oradnik goes baseline. Ossie with it. Almost lost it. Stepped through. Missed that. And the rebound to Avila.
Ossie should never have taken that shot. He didn't have one. That was a freshman mistake that time.
Cripple pulls it out. The only sub so far for Fafka, by the way, is Aaron Cripple, and that was after Aaron Bessler fouled. Now there's another unforced turnover down the lane and a blocking foul on Cameron Johnson. I should have started keeping track of unforced turnovers in this game because there are an unbelievable amount. To the free throw line goes, is this a Radnick?
Yeah. For 3 quarters, Fafka attacked the basket. Since then, they have always stayed outside near midcourt.
Well, and part of that is
they've taken all the pressure off of their defense.
Part of it is Billings has gotten a lot more aggressive coming up to half court, and it's causing them to have to try to get in the offense early, and then it's forcing a little bit of turnover. But
oh, come on.
And a carrying violation on a play that he hadn't dribbled it yet, had he? How can you carry the ball when you haven't dribbled it?
The guy from Billings called it, and he ended up calling after that. Oh, my.
Well, we've got a timeout on the floor. We'll be back in just a moment. You're watching the NCSAA. So Billings will play it in. We'll see if they can take advantage of yet another turnover. 3 ball in the corner, no. And underneath, picked up. Little 10-footer won't go, and the rebound to Cameron Johnson. Boy, that was a point-blank shot for Smirnov. Speaking of things that seem like should be there. Bland into the front court, down the lane, gets all the way in and lays it in with the right hand. So under a minute to go, 54-52, Fafka leads. See if Billings can answer here. Runner in the lane is good. Boy, that's a pretty shot by Atakul Tekin. Down to 37 seconds left. We're tied at 54. Land into the front court, and we have a timeout to Families of Faith. Well, just like any good semifinal should, it comes down to the last 30 seconds or so. We'll take a break, come back with more in just a moment. So an inbounds pass that for some reason went awry, and then Nolan Green just chucked the ball into the front court, despite the fact that I think he could have just picked it up. That was not an over and back violation. No. They let him pick it up already, and then he just threw the ball into the front court.
Why he did that, I
don't know.
No idea.
So we have a timeout on the floor, and now Billings will have a chance to win it at the buzzer here. So Fafka had an opportunity. They immediately turned the ball over. And Billings, I mean, if you're Billings, you have to be thrilled with the amount of opportunities that you've gotten in this game because it's just been.
Oh, yeah. Well, I say this much
I don't
Families of
know.
Faith. They're the most giving
Friendly
group I've ever seen.
I mean,
I've never seen so
lot.
many unforced turnovers in my life. And it's a game of this magnitude.
And by the way, in case you think we're going on and on about Families of Faith, there's a reason for that. I'm the athletic director there.
Yes,
so,
you are.
Just a little bit of
and they're guilty as charged.
Inside information. But, yes, I am athletic director at Families of Faith, so I've seen this team all year. Matter of fact, coached this team and been an assistant all year. So Billings is going to play it in here.
Billings
with
defense.
an unbelievable opportunity to try to win it, despite the fact that this probably should have been Fafka's last shot. And this is the guy you want taking it right here. Drew Aragnet with 8 seconds left. Pulls up for a long 2. That won't go. Avila with the board. Down to 3 seconds. 2, 1. And that'll do it for regulation. So I'm going to head to overtime, I guess. Why not?
There's your double digits. Overtime.
All tied up at 54. We'll head to the overtime frame here in just a moment. You're watching the NCSAA. So opening tip of overtime played to Fafka. We'll see if they can hang on to the ball for a little while here. So Bland working right side. Backs it out off to Johnson. He'll pull up for a long 2. That's no good. And boy, Cameron Johnson has just not shot the ball all that well in this one. Down the lane. That runner is good by Ata Gultekin. 56-54 is the lead now for Billings. Down to 3:25 to go. Bland down the lane. He'll float it up, and that scores. Really, honestly, that's what he needs to do every time down the floor.
Right. That's exactly what they
Just
need.
get to the hoop and shoot it.
That's what they were doing.
Tied up at 56. Wide open 3 is off the mark. And the rebound underneath, and Families of Faith knocked it out of each other's hands.
Yeah. And that's after Billings took a shot you really didn't want, your coach, I'm sure, didn't want them taken.
Sonic comes out front to Gultekin. Handed down the lane, lost it. And now Fafka will come away with it.
There was an unenforced error that was by Billings that time.
Cameron Johnson hands it off to Green. Under 3 minutes to go in overtime. Nolan down the lane, all the way to the hoop, laid it in, plus the foul.
There's where the game was all along.
So that will be on Philip Smirnov. That's now his 4th. And this is the kind of territory you start getting into when you go to overtime, which is people falling out of games, and of course Aaron Bessler's been gone for a while.
Yeah, he has been.
That free throw off the mark and saved on the far side. Green trying to get there. Picked up by Oradnik. Comes near side, steps through,
wow.
Missed the layup, and it will be Billings basketball.
Call that not walking?
There's a couple things here. One, that's a travel. Two, that's a foul after the travel.
Yep.
And either way, it's something.
Here we go.
And Nolan Green picks off the
Billings.
pass, and here comes Fafka on the break. We'll see how this goes. And a whistle and a foul on Ita Gultekin. That's his second. So Nolan Green to the free throw line. He'll be shooting 2. Nolan has not attempted a free throw today, although I will say Fafka, the advantage in this game, other than the unforced turnovers from Fafka, has been the free throw shooting. It's been very one-sided. Free throws here. And I'm not talking about attempts. I'm talking about made free throws. Fafka's made roughly 80 to 85% of their free throws, and Billings is at probably 15%, maybe 20 at the most. And he misses a pair.
Wow.
So Green comes up short.
Drew with that rebound for Billings.
And with 2:20 to go. Off on the wing. Gregory looking in the post, gets a step, has that blocked, and then Alex Avila comes away with it.
That was a complete block.
Boy, Nolan Green. He's not a tall guy.
He can leap.
But he can get in the air. Green out front, gives it up to Avila. Across to Johnson. Got a step in, missed the layup. Rebound underneath, blocked. Back up again, blocked. Loose on the floor. We got a toss back out front to Corey Bland. Down to 1:40 to go. And a travel, and that's what happens when you try to do too much. Just moving your feet around too much. Again, Fafka's given Billings an unbelievable amount of opportunities in this game. This comes back out front, and so far, Fafka still has the lead. In the post, Oradnik, good pass underneath. And that's no good, and the rebound to Avila. And that's really not Smirnov's game either, to try to body up and play super physical. Yeah. It just threw him off his rhythm. Just take your regular shot. Green in the front court, down to 1:05 left, and timeout to Families of Faith. 1:03 to go. Fafka leads at 58-56. We'll take a break. Come back with more of this overtime here in just a moment. You're watching the NCSAA. So down to 1 minute to go as Fafka trying to work it up out of a timeout. Baseline, Cameron Johnson's three blocked out of bounds.
Cameron, that was not a shot to take.
And Coach Bland going, what in the world are you doing shooting that ball? And it comes to Bland along the baseline. Back it out. We're down to 45 seconds to go. It's a 2-point lead for Families of Faith. And I don't know where that pass was going to, but it's a turnover back the other way. The layup good on the foul.
But the problem is he missed him.
So Alex Avila picks up his second foul. And it's like I said, Fafka has given them so many opportunities to win in regulation and overtime that free throw off the mark. And again, another missed free throw. We got a jump ball off the rebound. And it will be Billings basketball. .33 seconds left, and a timeout to Billings. Once again, we'll take another break, come back with the last 33 seconds in just a moment. So out of the timeout, and it goes into the corner, and we have an illegal screen on the far sideline. That will go on Khan Akal. That's now his fourth, and Fafka will get the ball back. You know, we've talked about this a little bit about which team is going to decide to try to win it. It seems like neither team is trying to win it. And then Corey Bland lost the ball out of bounds on the far side.
Unbelievable.
I'm serious. It's like neither team wants to win the game. Off it comes along the baseline. Good pass down the lane. That's deflected. And it will be Billings basketball with 15 seconds left. And it comes out front. And Ossie on the wing. Down to 8 seconds. Ossie. And he traveled with it.
All right. Wow. Now.
Well, there's 3 seconds left.
They still have a chance to win it.
So Fafka will inbound from three-quarter court with 3 seconds remaining. Half-court shot will be short at the buzzer. We're going to double overtime. 58-58. We'll see if anyone decides that they want to win this game after we come back. You're watching the NCSAA. So second overtime here. And the ball comes down to Corey Bland, and he promptly turns it over. And they promptly turn it over. Nolan Green comes away with it down the lane and lays it up good in the foul. So Nolan gets straight to the hoop.
That's what they need.
This has been the strangest last 20 minutes or so.
Oh, boy. Both teams have given everything, but they've made so many personal mistakes.
I mean, the effort, hustle's been there. But
it's been there, yes.
This has been a lot of interesting things happen. 61-58, Fafka leads it, down to 3:40 to go in double overtime. That's stolen away. Green on the run, he'll lay it up and in again.
Oh, wow.
Well, Nolan Green gets a couple of buckets, and maybe that'll kickstart something. We'll see if Billings can answer here. Gultekin up into the front court. Gives it up along the baseline. Pull-up jumper by Aradnik is no good. Rebound to Cameron Johnson. Pushes it ahead to Corey Bland, who will back it out. 5-point game. Avila throws it away.
Oh, my land.
Down the lane, that layup is good.
That was a 4-point turnover right there. You lost two chances for two and gave them two.
63-60. Avila into the front court. There's another reach-in foul. This on Ada Gultekin. That's his third. And two shots coming up here for Nolan Green.
It looks like Bo Benz is coming in for Billings.
I'm just interested to see how this plays out. It's been a very unorthodox last couple of quarters.
Well, now this time, Nolan hit his free throw. The last two, he short-armed them.
64-60. Green will get set here. And he's across the line way too early. He missed it anyway.
He needs to concentrate making the free throw, not getting a rebound.
Yeah. So 64-60, down to 2:50 to go in double overtime.
Now in Billings ball. Here we go.
Radnick along the baseline. Back out front in the post. Good pass. And a nice finish, too. That's a really good look up top from Smirnov.
That's what Billings is really good at, interior passing like that.
64-62, 2:30 left. Green up into the front court here. Pulls up from the top of the key, fires. That won't go. Rebound tapped out. Saved by Aaron Cripple, and now Fafka will reset. Cripple in the corner for three. That's good. Aaron Cripple with a big shot. Boy, that's a huge three for Fafka. Back along the baseline, 2 minutes to go. 67-62. Again, a good pass underneath, and Nolan Green will pick up the foul. So Nolan now has 4 fouls.
Are you sure it wasn't on 21?
No, it was on Nolan Green. I mean, both teams starting to get into, well, it's what, the 6th quarter now? So we're, I guess, 5th still technically, but free throw good by Smirnov. And this is something that Billings has just not done very well today, is shoot free throws. 1 out of 2 there, and it's 67-63. If they shot even 50% from the line, this game would be over. Bland out front. We'll back it out. Now off to Johnson. Cameron Johnson off to Bland. Good pass to Alex Avila, who will lay it in.
He's done a good job inside, Alex. Nice pass.
69-63. Down to 1:30 to go. 3 on the right wing. That's good.
Wow. Boy, that's a dead-eye shot.
So Ada Gultekin with a triple. For some reason, they just backed off and let him shoot it.
Yeah, well, why? I don't know. But
69-66. And another turnover. Down the lane.
Traveling.
And that layup wouldn't go. Rebound back up again, no. And for the 3rd time, we got a whistle and a foul. So Alex Avila will pick up his third foul. There's a free throw that's made. Well, Smirnoff hasn't been too bad from the line. He's 3 for 6, so he's right at 50%. 69-67, 102 left. That won't go. And the rebound on the inside. He's staying right on his pace of 50%. And Bland out front, down to 50 seconds left. Cripple has that block. Depending if you're a Radnick, that might be a good block. That might have been a bad block.
Yeah.
Because the way he had to shoot that ball will go over the top of him. But you never want to give up any chance of points. Inside, Bland puts it up and in.
Nice inbounds pass.
Nice setup.
Here comes Billings.
Now 71-67. Baseline it goes. Out on the wing, up top. Pass in the post. Radnick turns, fires. That won't go. And the rebound to Alex Avila.
He has done a man job out there.
30 seconds left. And Billings got to do something defensively here. They're down to 20 seconds. Ahead, Johnson down the lane, tries a reverse. No, but I'm not real sure about that foul call either.
I think
that will go on Philip Smirnov, who's now done. So Philip will check out of the game with 18 seconds left. It is a 4-point Fafka lead, and they take out one 6'7" guy and replace him with another one in Con McCall.
That's the way to do it.
Actually, I think Con is probably 6'4" or something like that. Free throw here by Cameron Johnson is good. 72-67. There's still time here. 18 seconds. Billings needs a 3.
We have seen strange things today.
Oh, a lot of them. And not just in this game. We've just seen strange things.
Come on.
73-67. Down to 15 seconds left. 3 on the wing. That's no good. Rebound underneath. They'll kick it back out. Radnick, step back 3. That is no good. The rebound still free. Saved underneath. Kicked out. And with 3 seconds left, Fafka will inbound here. And we have
Fafka for timeout? Or is it
a timeout? Well, it's been interesting. I mean, Families of Faith in the fourth quarter and the first overtime specifically turned the ball over a lot, but Billings could not capitalize it. From the free throw line, let's see, 3. They are 5 of 18 from the free throw line. Like I said, if they shot 50% from the line, they would have won probably in regulation or the first overtime. And Fafka's made something like 18 for 22 or something like that at the free throw.
And the thing about this whole thing is, if you ask both coaches after this game over, do you like what your team did today? They both say no.
Probably not. So it comes to
typical.
Aaron Cripple, and Fafka is going to advance to the 4C championship with a 73-67 double overtime win over Billings Christian.
Oh, tell you what.
That was an interesting game in a lot of ways.
It was entertaining.
It was definitely entertaining. You're right about that. Our final totals here for Billings. Ata Gultekin with 12 points, including 2 threes. 16 for Braden Ase, including 4 3-point field goals and 2 of 2 from the line. 12 points for Elijah Gregory, including 0 for 3 from the line. 9 points for Philip Smirnov. He was 3 of 7 from the free throw line. 17 points for Drew Radnick. He was 0 for 7 from the free throw line. Billings, 7 of 11 from three-point range. For Families of Faith, Cameron Johnson with 8 points, including 2 threes and 2 of 2 from the line. 9 points for Aaron Bessler. He was 7 of 8 from the free throw line. Aaron Cripple with 1 3-point field goal. 15 points for Alex Avila. He was 5 of 7 from the free throw line. 16 points for Nolan Green. He was 2 of 5 from the line. 22 points for Corey Bland, 4 3-point field goals. He was 2 of 4 from the line. Families of Faith, 7 of 10 from 3-point range.
Really?
Woof. That's shooting the ball.
That
I'll
is.
pass up to you for our final rebounding totals.
All right, rebounding, first of all, for Billings, we had Ada Goodkin with 2. Drew Radnick had 3. Braden Ossie had 3. Ken Cowell had 1. Bo Bentz had 1. Elijah Gregory had 4. And Philip Smirnov, great job with him. He had 11 rebounds for a total of 25 for Billings. For Families of Faith, Corey Bland had 3. Cameron Johnson 1. Aaron Bessler 7. Alex Avila 12. I think I'd give him a game ball if I had a game ball. 12. And Nolan Green, and that was 7 for a total of 30. 30-25 in favor of Families of Faith on the rebounding as well.
And Fafco wins it in double overtime. We have a video-only feed coming up for you next at the 3 o'clock game. We're back with 1:30 game. We're back with the full effect at 3 o'clock later this afternoon. So you've been watching the NCSAA National Tournament.